example and assign it a value of 5. Just output it here to demonstrate it works. Then we use the plus plus operator. Now all that does is increments the variable, and by that it means it adds 1 onto the value. As opposed to saying example plus equals 1, which is actually more to type, we can just do plus plus, like I've demonstrated here. So you can see it goes up to 6, and then we just use a minus minus operator, which is of course decrementing it by 1 again, so it's back to 5. And now I just demonstrate using this plus equals, which I showed a bit earlier. Basically, by using this plus equals operator 15, what we're doing is this is exactly the same as saying example equals example plus 15, okay? Example equals example plus 15 is exactly the same as example plus equals 15. They just added the plus equals operator so you didn't have to type out so much. Plus equals operator, you also have a minus equals, times equals, divide equals I meant, times equals, and the minus equals. They all work. If we do that, we can see minus 10, and I'm pretty sure you can all guarantee that the other ones work. Now, finally, we're going to look at some useful functions which we can use on numbers. Now, there's only 2 here. Of course, there are many more functions built into PHP to handle numbers, but I'm just demonstrating some useful ones here. Now, one of the useful ones is the number underscore format function. Okay, so here I've declared a variable called money and assigned it a value of 5430 point, etc. And now here I'm outputting the value. I'm putting a £sign before it, and I'm saying concatenate onto that number underscore format money. And basically what number underscore format does is it turns a number into a more commonly written version, for example using commas to separate thousands and hundreds of thousands and etc. And I'll show you in a sec. We can also tell it to add on a decimal point and stuff. And you should also know that the number underscore format function rounds all values up or down depending on which way they should go. You should know about which way they should go from maths, basically. So we turn the number 5430 point blah 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 using the number underscore format function into 5,431 pounds. You can see it's nicely commented out. And we've dropped off the decimal place and just rounded this, I think, up, because it's 0.7. If I put this down to 0.4, then the value should remain at 5430. There you can see it has. Okay, let's turn that up to 7. Now, I mentioned we can tell number underscore format to leave in a certain amount of decimal places. And we just do that with the second second argument, really, is what it is, of the number underscore format function. And that second number is the number of decimals we want to leave. So here I've said 2 because in money we only have 2 decimal places because there's only 100 pennies in a pound or 100 cents in $1, and so on. And we can see here it does exactly the same thing, 5430, but it just adds on that point. Okay, and just to demonstrate, if I add a bunch more numbers in here, it will add the correct commas in, as you can see. Okay, and finally that brings me to the round function. Really, the only reason you'd use a round function apart from the number underscore format function, because the number underscore format function actually rounds as well, is if you don't want the commas separating the number, you just want the number rounded. And so all that does, as it's pretty obvious, is it rounds the number. We can either round it to an integer like we've done here, where we supply only the variable to round, or we can do it like in number underscore format, where with the second argument we supply the number of decimals to keep on. If I change it to 5, for example, here's with 2, change it to 5, we can see. And it rounds off decimals as well. You can see when at 5 it's 97, blah blah blah. If I change it to 2, because the number after 7 is 5, it will round that 7 up, so it's 0.98, as you can see. Okay, quick tutorial by ASIP12 on numbers in variables. We'll soon be moving on to some more cool stuff. Over and out.